Hey guys, I've been getting one question a lot in the comment section in the last couple of weeks and months, which is how do you get the game to look so good and still run so good? Today I'm going to be showing my secrets to achieve this. There's a couple of tricks I do to make the game look better and run better, make it more playable whilst not sacrificing graphics. I think I've got a nice balance between the two. So I'm going to take you through the steps I've taken to increase FPS and make the game look better than it normally does, even if you turn all the graphics up to a max that's possible in the game. So first off, we're going to be going into the simple stuff that everybody's seen in all these graphics guides, just to make sure that's okay, and then we're going to go into the more uncommon stuff. Do keep in mind the stuff I'm explaining is for 059. As soon as 060 comes out, stuff will change, and I will make a follow-up video explaining the changes, what I've done there, etc. If you guys have any questions on anything that I've done in the settings or anything else DayZ related, or pretty much any question, leave them down below in the comment section. I will try to answer 99% of all the questions asked. So first off, we want to be going into DayZ settings itself. I'm going to be highlighting some of these settings that I think are more important and skipping over other ones, but rest assured, there's been thought going into each and every one of these settings, and yeah, let's get through them. So let's start with the rendering resolution. I render it slightly higher. It's basically the same effect as anti-aliasing, but this one doesn't cause input lag, so that's why I do that. If you have a strong GPU, that's what I recommend doing. VSync, put this on disable. It causes input lag as well. Not very nice to have. Interface, your own stuff. Make sure your resolution is right, obviously. Video memory should be on auto to make sure it uses all the video memory available at all times. Does not matter what kind of graphics card you have. It'll go right. Texture detail and texture filtering. None of the recent graphics cards have any issues with these settings. So unless you have a really old graphics card, I do not recommend going lower than this. Quality, object detail should be on very low. I have it on very low all the time. It gains a lot of FPS if you have them on very low. The only downside of this is that people at a distance will sometimes turn into stick figures if they're too far away, and they're kind of difficult to spot. So that's the only drawback of very low. But it gives you a lot more frames, which in my opinion is worth it, since the majority of the firefights in DayZ are between close and medium range. Terrain detail is forced by the server, does not matter. Clouds are nice to look at. Shadows are nice to look at. I do not recommend going higher than these, because then it taxes your PC unnecessarily, and it doesn't really give any benefits. This is the most important one. Anti-aliasing disabled, causes input lag. Rather use the rendering resolution a little bit higher if you want to have that. Same with this, edge smoothing. All these are actually sharpen filters. None of these are what I want, so I use my own, which is something I'll get back on later. But yeah, put this on disable because you don't want this from the game. HDR quality should always be on very low, or on low, sorry. Ambient occlusion disabled, post-processing disabled. Causes too much stress on your PC, and the trade-off's not worth it. Alright, next up you want to be going into your documents folder and looking up for the DayZ folder, which is in here. Open the DayZ.cfg file. You should be getting something like this in Notepad, and then you want to be changing the GPU max frames ahead to 1, GPU detected frames ahead to 1, and then save that. Go into the other one, your username. Open it with Notepad as well, go all the way to the bottom and make sure that your shadow, the Z distance is set to 250, otherwise it makes the edges of the water look weird. I'm not sure why that is, but it does. View distance should be on 1600. Preferred object view distance should be on 1600 as well. That's the size of the network bubble. The only distance that you can actually see people in the game, and it should be low enough for PCs to handle. So make sure it's on that, save that, close it, you're good to go. Alright, here we get to the fun part. This is Reshade. It is a little program to change the way games look, basically, by using a post-processing injector. Yeah. So then you have a lot more graphic settings to play with, and getting rid of why DayZ looks the way it does and improving it to your liking. I have I created my own preset for this, but anyway, you end up getting some of that. Download Reshade framework. Get that media file. Oh yeah. Right, so after you downloaded it and looked inside the folder, it should look something like this. What you want to be doing is going into the Suite Effects and then going into Suite Effects settings, opening that with Notepad once again. And here you get all your settings that you can play with and make the game look the way you want it to. So what I use, I turn all of these off. 0 is off, 1 is on. I've only used lift gamma gain because the game looks kind of low gamma for me. It might not do for you. It depends on your graphics settings, depends on your screen, depends on a lot of things. But you can play with it just to get it the way you want it to. Anyway, this is the most important one out of all this. Luma Sharpen. It's a sharpen filter that makes the game look a little bit more crisp. All the textures will look more crisp. All the edges will look more crisp the way you want it to. And yeah, basically, so if you don't have FXAA on in the game, everything looks a little bit blurry. Some people may have noticed that. It makes it look like you need to clean your eyes or something, like you're trying to blink to make it go away. It doesn't go away. Anyway, that effect, you get rid of that with this sharpen setting that makes it just the right amount of sharpen without making it look weird. Which is what we lack in DayZ at the moment in the settings itself. So the settings for sharpen are in here. Go on the Luma Sharpen settings. I've used sharpen strength 170, sharp clamp 0.015. Oh yeah, you can read the rest here. What I've used for the lift gamma gain, I use this. Pretty much just a bit of gain all around, bit of gamma all around. Gamma makes it, the gain makes it look like all the highlights are a bit more vibrant. So if you see like a reflection on the top of a building, of a roof, or a flat surface or something, it'll make it pop a little bit more and make it look that much more nicer. So that's why I boosted the highlights slightly, and yeah, the gamma also slightly. One last addition that I've done is changing the curves. So I want a little bit more contrast. Again, this is to improve the DayZ's shortcomings when it comes to the current way the graphics are done. So we're going to go into curves. I've just turned curves on, and I've turned curves contrast up to 0.2. So it's a very, very slight increase in contrast. Make sure this curves mode is at the 1. You can apply it to the darkness, you can apply it to the colors, and you can apply it to both. But I don't feel the colors are that much of a problem right now. You could use both. I just prefer to use only the lightness and darkness, since that is a bit of an issue with current DayZ. So once you're done with this, just hit save, and then we're gonna go one down, going into Reshade Setup, click yes, run that bitch, and then you should get something like this. And then you want to be looking up your Steam. So mine is in the standard location: computer, local disk, Steam, Steam apps, common, DayZ, and then you should put it on DayZ.exe, or the application. Click on that one and then run DayZ, and you're ready to go. Enjoy your new great looking DayZ. Now with DayZ, it's still the most important thing to have a good CPU. It'll give you the most performance, the most frame rate, and it's just one of the most essential parts of Bohemia interactive games. So the same goes for Arma 3, and after the renderer hits with the new patch, the CPU will be very, very important. So investing in a good 4-core or higher CPU is very essential. And on top of that, if you are able to overclock the CPU, even better. Anyway, I hope I've given you guys enough information to fully enjoy DayZ. Once again, if you did like it, maybe share it with a friend, help him out as well with some frame rate issues he might be having. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
I see him! He's coming our way! He's coming our way! Oh, fuck, no! He didn't see me.
Where's he? How far? How close?
No, he's coming to our roof! He's coming to our roof! Shit! He's prone.
Okay.
He's prone. He's looking
It's
at
all
him.
really slowly like me.
What is he doing? They're fighting, dude. Oh, wait. Dude, I got a
moving
backpack.
back
I got a backpack.
One with me.
I got a rope. Let's go.